take it all the way from the beginning? Alright.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy True here with
Mr. Lonnie. Smell good.
That went smooth. I always introduce myself, and then I usually get you to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
So it's right on time, right on cue this time, man. It's been a little minute. The closet, we just film the episodes when we can and drop them, kind of like LeBron does with the shop. So same concept. So
Speaking of LeBron, his 20s,
the shoe, yeah, the LeBron 20s.
Bro, those are nice. That's probably about, since the shoe that he's came out, I play in basketball shoes, and that's probably one of his best since his, for me, the LeBron 7s.
Since the 7s?
7s or 8s. Yeah, 8s.
So 13 shoes ago.
Yeah, because the rest of them have been just too bulky.
Got you.
And this one, honestly, the silhouette of the shoe, I've heard a couple people say and talked to a couple people, it reminds them of the Kobe's.
Right.
If you look at it, it kind of does. No lie. So I actually tried a pair on, and they are comfortable.
So did you get a pair?
I am going to get a pair.
So you're going to get a pair. I heard they were light as far as weight.
They are very light, and I guess that's another thing I love about certain basketball shoes. I don't like a heavy, and most of his shoes were very heavy.
Right.
I don't even think he found them comfortable. Believe it or not, he had. I believe as athletes, you have to wear these shoes to promote them, to sell them, and market them well. But when it comes down to when you're playing as an athlete, playing in these shoes, you want to play in something that's comfortable that you're playing in. And if you're not comfortable, sometimes it is hard to kind of give your best performance. But it's LeBron James we're talking about here, people. But in all, you still want to be in a very comfortable shoe playing a game of basketball, because you're making certain cuts. You don't want to be running out of floor, feel like you're wearing bricks on your feet.
Right.
And it kind of sometimes can mess with your performance and your shot and your game in general. Tire your legs out, playing in certain shoes like that. But it is a well put together shoe. The colorway, I think it's that purple, translucent light kind of color. I actually like it. So I'm gonna definitely give me a pair.
So it's interesting you say that. So I always thought LeBron needed bigger shoes because he's big. So somebody that big with a lot of weight, I always felt like they needed a shoe that can hold that. Because the first person that comes to mind is Zion. Remember, he was big, a lot of weight, and he bust out his shoe. So I felt that they always did that with LeBron's because he was a big guy that size, moving that fast and trying to stop. You need just a lot of material and shoe to hold that in.
Well, now you slim down now, so I mean, he didn't cut. I mean, he's still, don't get me wrong, he's still
right, but he has.
But he's cut down his certain food intakes of how he manages his body very well for him to go into year 20 of playing basketball.
Right.
So I think that might have been why they changed the concept of the sneaker itself. Because I started to see they started going to this low cut, lesser material on his shoes, like talk about, not making them as wide as they were to support, like you said, his type of figure and stature. But now, since I guess maybe because he slimmed up, maybe, I'm not sure, but I feel like that may have some effect on why they went that route. So
the story is that, I don't know if you ever paid attention or not, but his son never wore his shoes. What's his oldest son name? Bronny. Bronny never wore LeBron's, and he would say he doesn't wear them because they're too heavy and too big. So I feel like this shoe was made for him. Because that's why he's in the first commercial.
He's next generation.
Right. And I think that Nike is slowly transitioning over to, okay, we get Bronny to wear the shoes. He's next up. Other people are probably wearing them and stuff like that. But that was the thing. Like I remember that's for a fact. That's why he didn't wear the shoes. His dad's other shoes, they were too big, too bulky, and too heavy. These are low cut. These are light. His son is in the commercial with him, the first commercial.
Dope commercial.
So I think that's why they kind of, went with that.
Well, like I said, that definitely makes sense for me now. It puts things in perspective.
And it's funny, I never noticed that Bronny never wore LeBron's until I read
I did pay. I guess it never registered to me like, oh, he never wore LeBron's. Because I mean, he's always wearing dope shoes as he is.
Right.
So he never really like, oh damn, he ain't never wear LeBron's. But he's like, oh, okay. But when you start actually talk about it, it's like, he really never wore his dad's shoes. And you think that's so crazy. Matter of fact, I just saw a commercial on Twitter for the Beats commercial. He just wore the LeBron's earlier sneaker with the strap. What the LeBron 2 maybe?
Maybe the 2s just came out.
So he wore a different colorway of the shoe.
Right.
And he just wanted them on the beat. I just saw it on Twitter. He was wearing them on there for the noise cancellation beats that they.
Okay. Yeah. So he's definitely making it happen, making it pop. I'm interested to see how his career goes. Obviously, a lot of hype, a lot of. We say pressure. I don't know for him it's the pressure.
I don't think it'll be pressure for him because he's found his own lane.
Right.
It's not like he's trying to fight. He's a great basketball player. I mean, you can't deny him of that. But I don't think he's going to try to.
So you say great. I guess you. I haven't seen him play like that. I know he's not ranked like top 10, top 20.
No, but I mean he's really good. He's a real good athlete.
Okay.
I mean I've seen don't get me wrong. I've seen kids that are better.
Right.
But he is top tier when it comes down to
gotcha.
when it comes to if you had to choose between 10 guys or 20 guys, he's gonna be somebody you want on your team. I've seen one of his games, kind of just a full play out of it, and he did pretty well. I guess other kids that was playing, I can say kids, young men that were playing. But like I said, there's always gonna be somebody better than you.
Right.
It's just up to you.
Well, he's not a senior yet, right? To my understanding, I think he's a sophomore or junior, one of the two.
Oh no, I want to say he might be in his.
I don't think
junior, maybe junior if anything, but he's definitely up there now because his little brother is in high school now. If I'm not
they
mistaken.
are saying that he's Bryce. Bryce
is like 2 years behind him.
And they're saying that Bryce is supposed to be better than
Bryce shot up though. Bryce is about 6'6".
So class of 2023.
Okay, so he's a senior. Huh?
Yeah, you're right. He's 18 years old. Yeah. Okay, born in 2004, 18 years old. So yeah, he is a senior. Mm-hmm. So dang, all right.
I mean, Bryce might be the one that's a sophomore.
Right. It's interesting because I would have thought that a lot of his games would be on TV. Like LeBron had games his senior year.
Well, that was a different time back then too. They do still put them on, but they do like the big games where you got all the kids on the same team versus another red against white type deal.
Right. I'm sure McDonald's All-American if he makes that.
But they do put some games like the bigger games, like I guess like championship like ish type games. But I haven't seen any. And they probably do play them probably on ESPN 2, 3 or whatever, however many ESPNs they got.
Right. A lot.
Yeah. So they probably do televise it at some point, but not like a TNT or ABC type special, nothing like that.
He's a senior this year and basketball season hasn't started yet.
Right.
So
he got this.
They got time for televised games coming up. So
right.
Makes sense. So yeah, I went to the mall before coming here to film this. I went yesterday. Mm-hmm. I went to every store. I looked at a lot of shoes. So I did see the 20s. I wanted to see them. They came out. I was overseas. So I wanted to see them in person. Mm-hmm. They're definitely a lot of detail. A lot of... all right. So they look good. A lot of detail.
It seems like you have some concerns.
Well, and shout out to Greg and George on the Sneaker Podcast. I just feel like we were paying $200 for a high top, and then now you cut off half of the shoe.
And you still paying $200.
Right, and you still paying $200. And it's kind of like...
It's just the sneaker market, everything's just fluctuated and...
Probably like at least give us 180, 175.
I guess with me working, I feel like it makes it a little bit easier.
Right.
But I'm in agreement with it. I don't feel like it's a $200 worth shoe. I'm like that 170, 180. I would say.
Based off of what you just said, I guess for any listeners or viewers, right now, if someone was to ask, should I go pay $200 for this shoe? Now, granted, I just saw them. I know you've seen them and tried them on. You haven't balled in them yet. But just as of right now, would you suggest someone to pay $200 for that shoe?
It'll be hard to tell somebody I ain't gonna pay $200 because I mean it's for me. Like I said, it's not to me not worth that. But like I said, it makes it easier because of me being there at the store. If it wasn't for that, I don't think it'll be a shoe I'd be like I'm gonna go get just off the bat for a basketball shoe for me.
Got you.
Like I'm still stuck with LaMelo Ball shoes. Like that's 135.
Right, Puma.
And it's a hell of a shoe. And it's holding up his weight. Right, and the twos came out. Our nights I do like two.
You like the two? Okay, you
they
like
the
the
store as well. I didn't see that. I tried them on. They still hold his weight.
Right.
I haven't bought in the 2s. I say I might give me a pair. I get pairs just to see how I feel about them. Right. Because I do like to pretty much test them in.
Yeah, I mean that way you give the best experience when you give reviews and stuff like that. So.
But yeah, Pumas Melo 2s, they still feel like they gonna hold this weight. I'm not saying the LeBron 20s won't. Right. It's just the price differentiation between the two, like 135, 200. I'm gonna go with this 135 and still get the same quality out of it as well as I would the $200 shoe. Right. You know, but I'm like you. You take half of the shoe, material from the shoe. I don't think I should still be paying $200 for the shoe.
And what I was about to say in the beginning is that it seems like they try to make up with that by adding a lot of, because like there's in the back of the shoe there's like a stitched the LeBron James and stuff. So there's a lot of
stitch details.
Yeah, stitch details and stuff like that. It makes it feel like, okay, we're giving you half the shoe, but we're also making this little part nicer.
And then the box and everything is incorporated.
Right.
But I mean, you're paying for some stuff. Don't get me wrong, but that price range it is steep to say, let me drop $220 pretty much after taxes.
And I'm trying to think, what were Kobe's? Because Kobe's was a low top.
Kobe's was like 160, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 160, 170. Most low top shoes never went over that price. They never got to a $200 price.
All right, so it's showing Kobe 6 Grinches that came out in 2010. It says retail price was $130.
Oh, wow. I'm way off.
$130, which was less than the LaMelos, right?
Yeah. Well, the new ones are $135. The first pairs were $125.
Okay, got you. And then when the Grinches were re-released, they were $190 in 2020. So 10 years later, they went up $60. And I mean, I guess that's just my argument is that, to me, for that price, you have to really be a LeBron fan or really want the shoe. I would more so pay $200 for the shoe as a lifestyle shoe than I would to pay $200 to ball in them.
Now, I can see them as a lifestyle shoe as well.
Right.
I mean, just like, I know a lot of people are against wearing basketball shoes as a lifestyle shoe. I do understand that, but at the same time, if you're in a street wear, urban wear, sporty look, basketball shoes can always rock it out. You know what I'm saying? To me, I think we had to count how you tie your shoestrings. I mean, honestly. Yeah. If you got them tied up tight looking like Urkel, then yeah, they're going to look a little crazy. But if you loosen them up, kind of tie them up, kind of cool looking, I feel like that makes a difference in the outfit. But I don't think you just automatically say, oh, they can't be worn with streetwear or whatever the case. Now, ain't nothing you class up a joint with, but at the same time, they still are. I would still consider them wearable for urban streetwear, like the LeBrons. Because it's a still clean, still a wet shoe. I do like the look of it. Yeah. Honestly, even aside from basketball, it does still look clean, just to rock.
So you plan on getting you a pair?
I still don't plan on getting me a pair.
Cool. Well, that's what's up, man. I'm glad we definitely got that broken down. Definitely will get another review once you purchase them. So when you buy them, you plan on balling in them?
Yes.
So you plan on balling in them. And I guess to touch back on the LaMelo balls, you feel like ones were good. You bought those to ball in, not a lifestyle shoe for you.
Right, I definitely bought those to play ball in.
Okay, you plan on getting the 2s to ball in as well, or lifestyle?
Oh, no. Now, the LaMelo ball shoes, those are actually like a true basketball shoe. Now, like I say, if you was to sport them, like you got on your gym shorts or something, you got like your workout shirt or something that's different. Right. But you got some people that have kind of sported those type of shoes with just a regular outfit. Yeah. And that's just the confidence of them. That's their style, and you gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that comes down to.
Definitely, I think that they're doing a good job with the LaMelo ball shoe. The ones look good. The 2s, I went to the store. When I went to the store, they were in store. They look good as well.
They got a low top version too.
Yeah.
All black pair. They had champs.
I don't think I saw the all black. I just saw the one in Foot Locker, the orange ones for the.
Oh, so you saw the one on the wall there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, they're definitely interesting. The person that comes to mind that had started off with a couple of high pair of shoes was Penny. Yeah. It was Penny. He did Penny 1 and Penny 2 were nice, good looking shoes.
And that's so crazy. I can literally see them same shoes on the wall on sale for $59.99, and we're not talking 10 years ago. We talking when Foot Action started closing. Foot Action just closed, what, last year?
Yeah, Foot Action, yes.
Tony was there in, what, maybe 3 years before that?
Right. 3 or 4 years before that,
so,
right?
Yeah, that's... We talk at least 2017, 18.
Right.
They was on the wall. The penny twos was on the wall. On sale. In stock. All colors. $59.99.
Times change quick.
That just lets you know how the hype can go from 0 to 100 that quick for a shoe.
Right.
Even the Barclays that just recently came out sometime earlier this year or last year.
The CB34s, the all white ones, yeah, with the Phoenix
on
colors.
The wall.
That was great marketing. I think that because Phoenix was doing so well, you know, coming back out with the shoes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, most definitely, yeah. I mean, everything seems like it's just coming back out and, you know, coming back at a higher price now.
Right.
Penny two was $200, I
yeah.
think, which is crazy. I was like, I don't know if I'll pay that for the pennies. Like, I do like them, but I just certain things are just getting too high in price. It's like, well, man, look, I know when to buy.
So that's an interesting thing, and I'll probably make a lot of references to, as you can tell, I watched the Sneak Diss with George and Greg a lot. So Greg said something that was very interesting. He said retail prices now are helping curve him to not purchase as many sneakers as he used to, because he feels that the retail for a lot of these sneakers have went up and they're just too high and the shoe isn't worth it. Hence, we just discussed that the LeBrons are worth it for $200, and you just said yourself, like, a lot of these prices are just so high to the point that it's like
it's really not worth buying anymore. You know, not worth anymore. It's just not buying at that time. Like, you can sit on a pair of sneakers almost and catch them at a reasonable price, almost under retail if you go get on some of these sneaker websites.
Yeah, the resale sites. Yeah.
If you really want something, and then there's other things. If there's a limited edition or a low quality quantity in the shoe, then you can expect that it's going to be high in price and stuff like that. That's just up to your, you know, that's subjective to you if you want them that bad or not. If you're going to spend that type of bread, but I do agree with him on that. The resale market does make you think twice about buying a shoe, and eventually. It doesn't even cross your mind no more. Honestly, you forget it. Because it comes across your mind, like, I really didn't need that shoe. Like, it's just be another something that's going to collect dust.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's hard for me to go back and get shoes that I say I wanted after it's passed. And the most recent one is the Penny one. Mm-hmm. The Penny one was a limited release, and I was like, I really wanted to get those. And when I go out to work again, that's the first shoe I'm buying. And the resale just came out to like $260, and I just didn't know if I wanted to pay that for a shoe that I knew I won't wear that often. I mean,
yeah, that's how I've been about shoes. I'm only gonna buy shoes I'm gonna get a good wear out of. I know a lot of people like to dead stock their stuff and not wear them and keep them in good. I wear my stuff. My stuff still stays in great condition.
Right.
So I mean, wearing it doesn't take it out of, you know, bad condition. It's really just up to you how you take care of your stuff. If you clean your stuff, if you get a stain, don't let it sit on there. Go ahead and get something to clean it up if you can for the time being until you get back to the crib and got your, you know, right solution and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I'm definitely, when it comes to shoes now, I mean, I find myself even selling stuff, like when it comes to, if I haven't worn it in a year or so, hey, who want it? And I'm not trying to knock your head off for it, because there's no sense. As long as I can get my money back,
right,
and if I can make an extra dollar on top, make the extra dollar. That ain't really no food. But, you know, I don't believe in just kind of knocking people's heads off with prices like that. It's just certain things, it's not that serious, not that deep for me. Even though sneakers are a good investment if you have a good bit to get you back on your feet if you come in hard times or whatever the case may be, you're going through whatever, you know, situation you got going. I see people sell their shoes for many reasons, great reasons, stupid reasons, but they are a true investment, you know, at the end of the day, if you got, you know, those quality type of sneakers.
So, with that being said, I got a question for you.
Okay.
I think a lot of our how we view and how we do sneakers has changed a lot for all of us, it seems, and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, thinking about your sneaker collection and thinking about the shoes that you wear, if you were to get rid of 50% of your collection, would you still be good, straight? Could you even do that? And I ask that because there's a lot of shoes that I have that I'm just holding on to. Like, I don't wear them. I don't necessarily have plans in the future to wear them. I can't even explain why I still have them and why I won't let them go. It's causing me to not wear some dead stock. Like, I have Royal ones that I've never worn. And every time I go to wear them, I just grab something else that I'm probably not as satisfied with, but I've been wearing them already. So I just continue to wear them. So I asked, if you were to get rid of 50% of the shoes that you have, first of all, could you do it? And if so, would you still be good and straight?
Yeah.
So yeah, you would.
On both ends.
So, so yes, you could, and then you would still the ones you select to keep, you would be able to wear them and be happy.
And still be okay. Because I mean, I have a wide variety of different ones that I can say I can keep I can still keep a good bit of my original, if that's the case.
Right.
Good bit of original Jordans, definitely my Nikes, Air Maxes. But it's a lot of stuff that I just kind of bought just on the fly.
Yeah.
I call them imaginary shoes. Anything that's not really originally made, like colorway wise, I call them imaginary colors.
Yeah.
I get rid of those because I know there are other people that are going to want those for sure. That probably didn't get a chance to get a hand on them. But yeah, 50%. If I literally had to, I can do it, and I would still be fine with it and be okay with it. A lot of people probably couldn't do it because they probably have so much. It'll be hard for them to choose which ones to keep, which ones to get rid of. Because a lot of people have the same color of shoe, are kind of close, but don't know. They don't want to get rid of either one of them because they like to have the same color scheme on the wall. Everybody likes that color scheme when they're going on. Go through your wall. It looks good, but at the end of the day, it's like, are you really wearing those shoes? Right. What you really doing with them? It's just really just collecting them to collect dust, and you only got one pair of feet to walk around anyway. Right. So it'll be a hard decision. Don't get me wrong. Even for myself to get 50% of my shoes, get rid of them, but I think I'll be able to do it in a timely manner, somewhat of maybe a couple months. Right. Because it'll be something I have to really think about. I'll be like, okay, have I actually got enough wearing out of this shoe? Am I going to wear it again at some point? You try to think about what you got in your closet. Right. That can match up pretty much with anything. That's kind of how I go about my day-to-day. If I do buy a pair of shoes, that's my decision when it comes to buying shoes. Like, if I'm going to wear, if I could just throw it on with anything that's still compliment it without me having to think about it. So that's kind of how I go about it. But it'll be a lot of things. There's a lot of things in my closet that has to go with something specifically because of the color scheme and the colorway of it. But I think I could, honestly. I wouldn't, and I'll still be happy with it, and be okay with it either way.
Yeah, that's definitely good. Could I do it if need be? Yes. I just have this attachment to a lot of my shoes that I just can't get rid of for some reason.
Is it like the history or like
one of my
sentimental value behind it, or how you came about getting it?
I think it's a combination of a lot. I'm a huge Lil Wayne fan, so I have some Lil Wayne Supers that I haven't worn in like 3 or 4 years. And just because I'm a Lil Wayne, I probably still keep those. Just because. But see, that's a sentimental. Certain things have sentimental behind it. So something like that, it's hard to even with. Let's say if you had a story for every shoe. Right. That you came across, that you got, and that's what makes it tough, I guess.
That's why I say I don't think a lot of people will be able to do it because a lot of people have stories behind these. They sometimes might have stood in line and had that crazy coincidence of still how they got it, or when somebody might have had the LeBron XX when the South Beaches came out, standing in the bushes and they electric phones. Hiding from the cops to get in the mall for a specific, everything has a.
It's based on true events out here.
But I'm saying, like stuff like it makes it hard sometimes for people to really just give up something that has a meaning for them behind. Right. But I mean, everybody's not the same, so you can't really project your feelings on how you would do things onto somebody else. They gotta find their own way to make things happen for themselves. But I think you could. I really believe you could. It might take you a while.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the key thing that it would help if I was to do that, there's for example, dead stock Royal ones that I've had for years. I definitely wouldn't give those away. I'll keep them and I'll probably actually wear them more because there'll be more in the rotation. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of shoes that I just don't wear because every time I want to wear them, they're at the bottom of the pile. And I have to move so much to get to it.
And that's another I want to say the guys on your, I want to say either the guys on the podcast that you was talking about or somebody else said the same thing. It's like, I got some shoes I want to wear them, but they like all the way at the bottom. Or in the mid stack where I have shoes just stacked and I got another stack on side of it. It's like if I pull this, I'm gonna knock all this down.
Right.
I'm gonna have to pick it up, even if I don't want to pick it up, or I'm not just gonna pick it up. I just got stuff everywhere.
Right.
So that'd be another thing. You know, if you got a shoe at the bottom of the pack, you like, man, or at the top of your closet, you like, nah, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm gonna find something that's in reasonable reach that you can just grab and go and let it be that. So I do understand that. I've done that plenty of times, but eventually I just kind of say, God, take the wheel up and pull, and just pray for the best. Like I pull the sheet off the table, but sometimes it don't work out the way it's supposed to.
I ripped a lot of my boxes that way. Like that, I'll try to pull them and like the little front latch will come off or something like that.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah. So speaking of shoes, we have some shoes with us. You know, some pickups. And whatever, you know, I go first, you go first. It doesn't matter, however you want to do it.
I can go first, man. It's no big deal, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about what I picked up today. So I found myself liking New Balances. I've always liked New Balances, but they've been coming out with the New Balance. These are the 2002 RHM. They don't really have a name for them. These could be just in the store, but it was just a pretty cool shoe, comfortable, something I could easily wear. Right. I definitely enjoy getting this shoe. Honestly, this color is easy to put with anything.
That's that caramel color I remember seeing.
Yeah, it's almost like a light curry color, and I think that's why I like it that much because it's very neutral. I can put it on with anything, simple, easy going, they're comfortable. I even got these today as well. One of the protection packs. Shout out to Politics and shout out to Foot Locker on these. Y'all
got those in Foot Locker?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know Foot Locker was carrying New Balance.
I didn't know. These were the new came in. I saw them on the wall. I ain't been there in a while.
Right.
And I said, okay.
They sold out or?
No.
Okay.
Full size, right?
Full.
Same with these. Politics, Baton Rouge. Full size run, I believe.
Oh, the tongue. All right, so I didn't know the tongue on the protection pack was like that.
So it's
little...
like that foam, like.
Right.
I just really like the crazy, like it looks like a dinosaur to me, like the design of it.
I can see it.
You know, like what's that Pokemon? He was the orange with Chameleon.
Oh yeah.
That's what this shoe reminds me of. It took me back to those days. But man, these are comfortable shoes, man. And
so you bought those today? You put them on today?
Yes,
the protection pack.
Oh yeah. If I can wear my shoes the same day, I wear them. I don't even waste no time. But yeah, I actually wore these out at the store. I took my Cement 3s off and I put these on, and they did just fine. They did its job. Once I started walking in these, a homie, he was like, "Hey, you know they got the protection pack at Politics?" I was like, "No, for real?" Because I've been wanting these. I just love this color. And I was like, "You for real?" He's like, "Yeah, they still got them." I said, "I'm gonna ride over there and see." At first, I didn't see.
Oh, you bought both of these today?
Both of these today, yes, sir.
And worn them both already?
And worn them both already. I waste no time when it comes down to certain shoes, man.
Right.
But these are my two pickups for the day, and I'm very satisfied with both. Probably won't keep the boxes because it makes no sense to keep them because I'm gonna wear the hell out of them.
Gotcha.
But I put them in my little. I got like a little casing that I put certain shoes in that I know for sure I can just put on and wear and go.
Right. Okay. Dang.
I think you should get your pair, man. They got all three colors. Well, I know they got more than three colors.
I'm about to go. I haven't been to Politics in years. Last time I've been to Politics was whenever they was in that shopping plaza by Buffalo Wild Wings.
I know they still do first Sundays. They doing something on this Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy now he's telling me it's like they're gonna do something. A lot of little releases for raffles and stuff.
Ah, okay.
I think they're gonna do the Lost and Founds, Jordan 1s. I think he said those. I think the 4s. They're gonna do something with those, even though those coming out this weekend.
Right.
Those Navy 4s, and some other stuff. He was trying to remember to tell me. But that was. I said I might try to make that on a Sunday. He said they start like around 11.
Oh,
So
okay.
they do like little dope events.
Right.
Politics. I remember I caught my Sean Witherspoons over there for retail. I want when they did the little balloon pop.
Yeah.
Pop the balloon and the ticket fall or whatever was in, whether it be like $25 off on a shirt or a free shirt or you know, it had like 3 shoes that came out from Yeezys and the Sean Witherspoons and something else. And just so and behold, that ticket fell out for me because I really wanted that shoe.
Right.
And ended up winning. It's like, yeah, damn, all right. Size 10, please.
And they had it in the back, man, guy.
And that day I was supposed to be at work. That's the crazy part. I was supposed to be at work, and I just so happened they let me go early because we ain't had no work to do. So I was like, I'm gonna go swing through there, and I just so happened to look up. I said, yeah, nothing but God on that one. He's looking out.
That's definitely looking out. Definitely looking out. So New Balance, 2 pair. That's your first 2 pair of New Balance?
No, I've had many New Balances.
Okay.
This is my first pair of the
2002 R's.
2002 R's. Nah, I've had the 574s, the 247s. That was early on before, you know, New Balance became a thing.
Right.
You know, I love comfortable shoes. Even though when Saucony's, I'm waiting for them to really make a comeback. Like concept wise,
right?
They had some nice. I gave most of them, pretty much all mine away to, you know, when we was doing. Giving away stuff to kids.
Yeah, to kids and stuff like that in need. So I'm sure those got a lot of great usage and the kids really enjoyed those. So yeah. So
we still continue with mine, or we going to yours next week?
We can do it. So I'll start with this big old thing. So I think it's Sia. I always say it wrong. I don't think it's Saya. I think I was saying Saya, but it's Sia. Somewhere in America. So if you watch a certain cartoon, you know what these are. See through bottom. And if you know me, I'm a huge Simpsons fan. Grew up watching The Simpsons. So this is a resemblance of the Duff can that Homer drinks out of. So very creative with the packaging.
I'm still so jealous about it. I saw she showed me these shoes, like, yeah, I'm getting them, and I could have got them, but I was like, oh wait. And then now I see them, like, which one?
So you actually have this particular style.
Yeah.
I think you have the Halloween edition, which is Halloween.
Man, we talked about it last time. We want the Halloween.
Yeah.
Like everyone that comes, man, I'm kind of still jealous. I really like it.
So he definitely did a lot of detail. As you can tell, Homer Simpson, the color, the yellow. Homer wears a blue shirt. Sprinkled donuts. He's always eating sprinkled donuts. He has the Sia Collective.
Is this detached at the back?
Yes.
That is cool.
Yeah, definitely a lot of detail that goes into the shoes.
Shout out to him, man.
So, yeah, definitely looking forward to rocking these.
And these shoes are made for comfort, man. Honestly, that's probably designer shoes. That's probably one of the best ones.
It's a lot of high-end material. I mean, these shoes were $220. Shoes aren't cheap. You know, you have to wait. I think it took like a solid 4 months, 3 or 4 months for these to come in.
It came in at the right time too. That's crazy, boy.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely excited about these. I think I have a lot of Simpsons stuff, so I have to chill on the Simpsons collection.
You
stuff.
got the Vans too.
I got the Vans. Yeah, I got a lot of the clothes. Adidas did a collab with Simpsons, so I got a lot of Adidas Simpson clothing and stuff like that.
That's probably your favorite though.
Yeah.
I can say hands down, it would be mine.
So yeah, looking forward to definitely wearing these and rocking these. Definitely a lot of detail went into it. Yeah, I don't even know if these glow or not. I think a lot of his shoes do glow. So I think they.
I don't think that one glows. Like talking about, because
I don't think they really do either. If they would, it would be the sole.
It would be the sole. Now I've seen some of these out of material, like mere sole stuff.
Right.
You can be able to tell by the material it is.
Yeah, that it glows and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely excited about these. So I guess I'll give an updated review after a while. So this is my 3rd pair of his shoes. I haven't worn the first 2 as much as I thought I would, but then again, it goes back to what I was saying. Those are usually at the bottom of the pile, and I usually just end up grabbing something else. But when I do wear them, I am glad that I picked them, and they are comfortable. So I'm going to try to make it my business to wear his shoes a lot more.
That one ain't going to go on top. Nothing going to go on top of it, because it's a can.
Yeah, it's a can. And it helps with storage. I got a little corner that I can put these in and, you know, be able to rock these a lot more often. So definitely an eye catcher, eye turn. I know when I wear these, a lot of people are going to look. I'm sure you wore yours. A lot of people turn and look. There's definitely a sense of uniqueness to his shoes whenever, you know, it comes down to rocking them and wearing them.
We'll be doing another, like a little restock on those. I'm definitely going to get a pair.
I will definitely be on site to see, because I want to get some more of I really wanted the Freddie versus Jason.
Oh yeah.
So that was like a mix match shoe. So I'll be looking forward to that. So,
No.
I'll let you.
So Nike did a Nike by You concept. Gave you a chance to design your own shoe in the Air Max. We talked about this on the last episode that we did.
I was out of the country. They wouldn't let me do it because they thought I was.
So I was able to get mine out and said I was going to bring them last time, and I brought them this time.
These came out real good.
Better than I expected. They did.
Yeah, these came out really, really good with the fuzzy.
Yeah, with the fuzzy laces.
Dang.
I wish I could have did 2 pair, but they wouldn't allow you to do 2. They only allow you to do 1. And I like.
So the sole glows? Just translucent?
They're just
okay.
translucent.
Okay.
I don't think it glows.
Dang, these look good. I could tell you specialize in Air Max 1s because you did a good job on putting these together.
Oh yeah, it took me a minute too. That's the crazy part because I was like, man, I was back and forth between this and another style of color I had chosen because I was looking at everybody else's trying to see what type of material everybody was using. So I was like, I know I want the kind of cement like material. It's like I don't know if I want to do the fuzz or I want to do leather, but I just went with the whole kind of it's not a nubuck.
Suede?
It's like that rough suede.
Right.
So I did that throughout the whole shoe, and I did nubuck on the back. That's what it was.
Right.
But yeah, man. As soon as I got them, put them on.
I see that. Yeah, it's definitely been warm, but they look real good though. I'm so mad that I couldn't order me a pair. I tried everything I could.
And I want to say they're gonna probably do it again because after that they did the Air Force One highs. I think they did some lows. They did even dunks, the dunk lows. I saw they did those. I just didn't get on those. I'm not a big fan of too many dunks, like talking about.
Right. One of Air Max 1 is usually your bread and butter.
My bread and butter go-to.
These definitely came out real good.
Oh yeah, I was proud of myself. I figured, I'm trying to be a Kaminsky. Shout out to Kimmy.
Definitely. So for me, I just got a couple more. So I brought the older pair and the new pair because number one, I like the boxes. Obviously, it's kind of a mixed match thing, as you can see. I think these are the newer pair. Yes. Alright, so a lot of people really like these. The quality and material on these are good. When I saw these, I had to get them. I did the Nike and one.
Oh, you did that on sneakers?
I did win on sneakers, correct.
Oh, okay.
Correct. So I had these and I was thinking about not getting those because I had these, but there is a difference. I mean, I do feel like there
it's a difference in them.
is a difference making it worthy to get both pair. And the yellows, or I thought the yellows were the same, but the yellows are a little different.
It's like a more mustard like.
Yeah, this is more of a mustard type, you know. That one's more of a
government cheese, Velveeta.
Yeah. They're definitely a different custom shade. They're not regular yellows. Because I had regular yellow clothes that I thought that these would go with, and neither of them did.
Now, when it comes to quality, this one came out better.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This has genuine leather, but this has that soft tumble.
Right. Yeah, this one is a different type of.
Yeah, and then on the front of the box toe. But I actually said the same thing when I saw these were coming out. I was like, well, I'm gonna, like I said, I've been getting rid of a lot of stuff. I'm getting rid of those, and I'm gonna keep these because I like these. I know I would get more wear out of these than I would those.
Right.
So, and I still haven't worn mine. I just laced them up just like how you did. I just
laced mine.
I was probably gonna wear them, and then I laced them up. I was like, now I'm putting back in the basket and wear something else. And then when I saw these coming out, I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna just get those instead. And if I was able to get my hands on these, I was gonna sell it. If I wasn't able to get my hands on these, I was just gonna keep those.
Got you.
I was like you. I like the boxes too. You know, set
very rare.
Yeah, other red and black boxes.
Right, yeah,
different.
For even a whole bunch of colors. Those, the Jordan 1 Crafts, those have a separate box. Not many Jordan 1s have different boxes.
Right.
Choose all black and red.
But yeah, I do, and the crazy part is, I want to say these they sold, but they didn't sell quick like other Jordan 1s.
Right.
they sat a little bit, maybe like a day or so.
Yeah.
Maybe the production rate of it was high. I'm not sure.
High production rate, I think. You can. So much stuff comes out so much. I think people have to pick and choose. I think a lot of people are waiting on the Lost and Found Chicago ones,
most definitely,
and stuff like that. So I think it's just a lot of. There's a lot of factors that play into it. I mean, definitely.
A lot of people just don't have that money to spend
week
after week, back to back. And you talking about this is one shoe dropping on the weekend, and versus you got some Adidas or some other dunks dropping during the week randomly. You know, you talking about spending $115, $110 and doubling back and spending another $170. That's a good bit of money through one weekend, especially if you got kids. And
holiday season coming up.
Yeah, so it gets real pricey, when it comes down to it. But these was a definite cop for me.
So you got them? Oh yeah,
I got them.
Got you. You won them?
I haven't worn them yet.
What?
That's one shoe I haven't worn yet. I haven't get a chance to just throw on. But eventually I will. I'm very much sure of it. I will get to wear it. And plus it's kind of like it's almost like an off-white cream looking, I guess. It's not truly white.
No, it's not a true white. No.
This part at least.
Right.
And I think that's what I like about it, because, if it gets dirty, you won't be able to really tell for real.
Excuse me. So yeah. But
yeah, I was proud of that shoe.
I do have more sneaker pickups. They just weren't as extravagant to bring on the show, but I make a separate video about that, so you can check that out.
I guess I'll bring up my last two. One of them being the Travis Scott Air Max 1s.
Oh, here we go.
I know Truth was excited about seeing those.
Yes, I did want to see these because it's an air. Oh, okay. This is with each in the check has, and this is like individuals.
I'm not even sure, like, is it spikes or is it like?
It's just like little bubbles almost. So you're a big Air Max 1 fan. So your thoughts on these? I mean,
I haven't worn them yet. But I love how they kind of put the design.
Okay, so this is just a paint.
Yeah,
it looks like in the corner right there. They missed that a little bit, but
I mean, all around, that's a neutral color.
Right.
A lot of people didn't take well to those in the beginning, like talk about, or after, let me say, because in the beginning it was all hype.
Right.
They had I think 2 other colors that came out, but I think once people got them in hand, they minds changed a little bit.
Right.
The perception, but they figure, Travis. I hate to put air quotes, but when you put Travis Scott, you say Travis Scott, you think retail, high pricing.
So these are going for resale. I was just about to say I wonder what resale is.
Most of the Travis Scott shoes have sold over for sure $600 or more. I think those might be around maybe $300-$400.
You bought these resale or you won these in a raffle?
I bought them resale.
So size 11. Lowest ask $420, highest bid $394. So not bad. Around $400. So what I would expect for these.
And that's pretty much kind of what I paid. So I wasn't able to win them like everybody, most people. But see some of them are. So the golds are significantly cheaper. The all gold ones like this. I think there was another one, huh?
Lowest ask $297, highest bid $260. It was those were the
brown one. Look right there.
Oh, okay.
So that was the more popular one.
The wheat lemon drop.
Yeah,
gotcha.
The one, I guess the fact that the ones that people couldn't get their hands on is the one that sold for the highest.
Yeah.
This one was easy to kind of get for most people.
It was asked $921, highest bid $723, size 11, and the wheat lemon drop. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then my other one.
Those look good though. I like the distinction of colors to me help it the shoe stand out more.
So my other one was the.
Oh snap! So you got those?
Yeah, the denim. What were these things? What did you call the denim?
Yep.
Yeah, it's denim.
Where'd you get those from?
StockX. Not StockX. Sneaker. I got these.
Oh, you won?
Yeah, I won the early ones because they had the quick strike.
Right.
I actually got on there and just so happened to hit, and it's like, oh, okay, damn, okay, cool. No, actually, it was after I hit on some Air Max 1s that came out. Because they had some Air Max 1 that came out that day, and then these came up with that lightning strike.
Okay.
You get it randomly sometimes.
Right.
And I hit on it before they actually released.
Look at these.
And it is a women's shoe, but I'm gonna take that off.
I'm about to say you got the big gold hoop.
Yeah.
In the front. They come with red laces. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So And I like that all denim look, man.
Yeah, the all denim look is real good.
I seen a couple people.
It's like a distressed denim.
And I seen a couple people bleaching, you know. And
okay.
I like the things you can do creatively with the shoe. So it doesn't have to stay that denim. You can kind of creatively make it your own. And I think that's why I actually wanted to keep the shoe. Because at first I was like, it's a women's shoe. It looks like a women's shoe, but this is the only thing that makes it look like a women's shoe.
Right, you take that out.
You take that out, then I'm Gucci. But yeah, I seen a couple of people distress it a lot more. And then they actually kind of bleach certain parts of the shoe to kind of give it that light denim look. So it's like I'm gonna keep these. But those
these look good. I like the way they look.
I was kind of skeptical when I was looking at them online. I was like, man, I don't know how they're gonna look in person in hand. And then when they came in, I was like, oh, okay, no, they ain't not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Right.
But yeah, the distressed look I do enjoy about that shoe. Kind of gives it a different look. Cause not every shoe you can really. I don't know how to distress anything.
Well, I know you do customizations and stuff like that. But yeah, man, definitely a lot of good pickups, a lot of good shoes. A lot of stuff I definitely am glad you bought so I can see it in person, in hand, especially these two. I've been wanting to see in person in hand. So definitely, I like these a lot better in person. Like the details. I think these are the best color. I think that having the range in colors on the shoe helps the shoe stand out. I like the little Nike flag in the back, the red laces. These actually look a lot better to me in person than I thought. I might have to keep an eye out for a pair of these. Yeah, I didn't know this gold ring is so big. I'm so shocked at it. But yeah, I mean, once you take it out,
it's like the ghetto big hoop earring.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, but these look good though. I do like the way that these look as well. You know, that denim and the blue. I already have the Hyper Royal and the University Blue, so that's why I didn't think about getting these.
I have the Turbo Green.
Dang, I should have got. And I wish because the Turbo Greens weren't hard to get initially. I remember you got them, Jeff got them. They were real easy to get, and people. I mean, I was one of them that slept on them, and now I'm like, dang, I wish I would have got them. I even looked into getting some, and it was.
Because that's why I didn't feel bad about getting the Hyper Royals. I was like, I ain't worried. I got the Turbo Greens. They close enough to that. Like I said, that'd be one of those shoes. If I had to make a decision, I had to make a split decision between those two.
Right.
Because they're so close in comparison.
So, let me see this. So these are. Okay, so 11.5 for women.
So 11.5 for women, so it's a 10 in men's.
Got you. I was just curious if they put both sizes on it, but it's just a women's size.
I'm still. When I'm glad you told me about the ones that drop out tomorrow. They only stopping at a 10 to Starfish.
Well, I know you should be able to get them then, because.
But that was a 10.5 in men's. And that's 12 in women. Oh, hold up. Yeah, no.
Basically, we started earlier before the show started about the Starfish, and he asked me if I was getting them. I said I can't because it stops at a 10.5 in men. I need 11 in men.
See, it says a 5 women / 3.5 men.
Right. So because it's a half. It's a what is it? A half.
It's
a size and a half difference. So you. So
it says all right. It says a women's 12.
So you were a women's 11.5. So you be able to get them.
Okay, so that's what I thought. Because it said, but it's. I guess this is throwing me off there. It's saying that men's 10.5, and it's almost like they're saying, a men's 10.5 is a women's 12. Which that is true. Okay, so yeah, I am able to get them.
Yeah.
What am I tripping on?
Because a men's 10 is a women's 11.5. So you will be able to get them.
I will be able to get them. Yeah.
Which I'm jealous about because the Starfish is really good.
You could have left me psyched out and we both.
Right, so yeah, I'm glad we revisited that. A lot of people actually have this shoe as sneaker of the year. I would love to see the Starfish. The Starfish to me,
the Starfish are kind of.
They look really good to me. The Starfish. I would probably almost put that above.
Yeah, I seen a person with them on, and they legit. They changed the laces to that rope.
They changed a lot.
That's what made me want these shoes even more because that brown rope lace, shoelaces. That's why I want the shoe. Honestly,
gotcha.
It made a hell of a big difference. It's like the a Rookie of the Year Jordan 1s.
Right.
When you put the brown laces versus putting the red laces sells the shoe better than the regular laces that came with it.
Okay. Yeah, laces make a difference. They help out. So you just came from traveling.
Yeah.
You was in Portland.
Shout out to Portland, Oregon.
So I guess I have two questions, and I just came from Israel, so I'll answer it as well. First off, what shoes did you see more of? Because every time I travel, I like to see what people are wearing in that city, in that town. So what did you mostly see whenever you was out there? People wearing?
Considering that that's the capital of Sneaker Central, Nike,
Right.
Adidas, and everything, I saw a lot of Off-Whites, honestly. G-Night Off-Whites, Jordan 5s. I saw some ones. I saw a couple people where they had their own. Like, what I liked about it is they're a very vintage like city. Like
Right.
everybody has their own specific kind of style, but they wear a lot of vintage stuff, a lot of vintage concept shops, even sneaker shops. They have a lot of vintage clothing and hats and jerseys. And I seen a couple people wear the New Balance, the 2002
Right.
R's. But it was a good bit of diversity. I seen some with Pumas.
Like Puma lifestyles?
I mean, I seen a little bit of everything out there.
Right.
But mostly, considering that most people work for Nike, it was more Nike based. You'll see a lot of G-Nights. I saw some not fragments, the Travis Scott lows. I seen some of those when I stepped out one night. Not everybody was wearing, but I'm just,
Right.
that's one of the ones I can remember. But it was everybody was pretty good out there when it came to shoes on the feet. Even some of the homeless people, I was like, man, y'all walking around with nice shoes on almost, man. I call them tent people.
So, more Nike or more Adidas?
More Nike, hands down.
Hands down? It wasn't even close? Sheesh. And it seems like you saw a lot of people in high-end stuff, not just basic.
Yeah, because I mean, most of these people that were coming out there, some of them not from there, some of them are. They lived there for so long, and
Right.
they're trying to get their businesses up off the ground. Little
Yeah.
boutiques. I went to the bait shop. I went to this concept shop. I forgot the name of it. Shout out to Mikey. He's one of the owners of the shop. He has some nice stuff in there. I just couldn't spend a lot of money. It's called Index.
Okay.
Unspoken. I went to this other dope coffee shop called Dead Stock. Actually, if y'all ever get a chance, check them out. They the ones that actually do like the lattes with the actual sneaker.
Okay, I remember you posted that on social media.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they're real cool down to earth people, man. Everybody was pretty welcoming. You know, me at least. I mean, I can't speak for everybody else's experiences. But me, you know, I'm a social butterfly. I talk to everybody. I would talk to the homeless people out there if they would talk to me. But yeah, my experience out there was crazy. Like I said, it was a big culture shock with the homeless people that were living in the downtown area, but you still had a lot of life that was in the downtown area with those concept shops, boutiques, people having their own like little food trucks and stuff rolling around. So, and there's a lot of beautiful views out there, like mountains, and I drove an hour and a half to Canyon Beach and walked the beach. You know, it was real cool. I would definitely go back and visit for sure. But I would definitely go back to some of the other little spots. They had another spot called Palette. It was it's like a concept store. Had clothing and sneakers and stuff in there as well.
Right.
I pretty much kind of bought a little something, tried to buy a little something from everybody.
That's what I was telling Tim. I told Tim you're a real supporter. If you go to any store, I go to the store. If I don't see nothing I like, I ain't getting nothing. But you will find something, whether it's a hat, a key ring, a t-shirt. You always do that. I do commend you for doing that.
I support anybody, man. Like, if you got something going on, if I can afford it, I'm going to go ahead and support you. Even if it is somewhat out of my range, I still buy it. Because, I mean, it's going to be a piece I know nobody else is going to have.
Right.
You know, so, but I'm definitely.
I know you have probably a lot of Courtney Dope clothing that no one else.
And a lot of people, and I wore one of her shirts. It was the Razor Cane, the box combo shirt she did for my Razor Canes. And a lot of people compliment me on that shit. Like, damn, man, I was thinking about doing something like that kind of concept. Because they kept looking at my shirt like, they kept saying that's dope. And
they had a Razor Cane out there?
I didn't see it.
Okay, but they thought.
But they know what it is.
Right.
You know? I'm pretty sure they probably did. I just didn't go too far out.
Well, it might not. I mean, Raising Cane's, I don't know, we're sidetracking. They just got, you know, my wife is from Miami, been traveling to Miami. We always say we should put the Raising Cane's in Miami. They just got one in Miami, like either early this year or the end of last year.
Franchise one, Miami.
We should have been did it, and they just put one out there. It's actually on South Beach. So Miami has one Raising Cane's in its own South Beach.
Hopefully they have one like McDonald's where you gotta quit your day job and you gotta be there. You know.
So yeah.
But no, Portland is definitely a good place, man. Like I said, I went to a lot of different places that has a lot of different dope pieces. I bought even like a little painting. I don't even know the chick's name, honestly, to give her credit. I saw it was at this store called The Laundry.
Right.
Right across the street from the dead stock place. They had like, she did like little dope paintings. Chicks in basketball jerseys and, you know, just kind of in urban wear, sneakers, kind of just relaxing, chilling.
So it was in a frame or it was?
No, so on a like a little small little board like you have that would be in the frame. I have to put it in the frame myself.
Okay. So I was wondering like how you travel with it. So you was able to travel with it?
Yeah, I put it in my book sack.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but I did some dope little stuff. I actually went to an art gallery. I always wanted to kind of go. I wish I could have actually went to the actual opening of the art gallery. It was already open, and I actually got to meet one of the artists that did one of the paintings in there.
Right.
And chopped it over him for a second. His wasn't for sale or anything, but I didn't know paintings go for like, they were going for like 3,000, 4,000, 2,500, 3,800. The smaller ones were going for like $850. I'm like, man, I wanted art. I can't buy it.
Art ain't cheap.
Yeah, but I mean, I talked to the guy. That's kind of what was his inspiration and stuff. I got a few pictures of some of the artwork and stuff. But yeah, it was a dope time. I enjoyed, even though I was out there for work.
Right.
I always make sure I enjoy myself wherever I go because I don't like sitting inside and just watching TV. I can enjoy the room when I sleep.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, that's definitely what's up. I was definitely curious. I've never been to Portland. Definitely have to go.
Where should I go? Me, you, Tony, Larry,
Tim.
Yeah, Tim came out the weekend I was leaving, but they left Sunday. I left that Monday.
Right.
I was able to catch up with him, and we went to the Adidas employee store. He got me hooked up with that with a pass. I thought that was real dope for him because he didn't have to do it.
Right.
I told him I appreciate that. I bought a little bit of stuff out there. I didn't really see anything. Even in Nike employee store, they told me like it's hit or miss.
Right.
They had kind of closed it down at one point. I think they had like theft or something like that.
Dang.
Just so happened they had opened it back up, but I even went just to the regular Nike store, and that was pretty dope. They had the Jordan showcase, the white Jordan showcase.
Oh yeah.
Upstairs, that was pretty cool. But yeah, Portland is a cool little place. Everything downtown is pretty much kind of walking distance.
Right.
But yeah, I enjoy Portland, man. We definitely need to go. Their nightlife is a little different because it's not that many spots, but they have some nice little little joints like M-bar type spots.
Oh, that'd be dope. That's dope. That's definitely dope.
So yeah, and they have a good time. You know, I can't say that. I ain't really have no problem, nothing. It was all good vibes, man.
That's what's up. So I guess for me, I just came from Israel, and my particular sneaker viewing is way different. A lot of shoes. So I went to a couple of sneaker shops out there. I say sneaker shops. They're just shoe stores. It's not sneaker shops.
Not like
anything like that. No. Okay. It's just a place that sells shoes. Probably the most high-end shoe was a Nike Blazer.
That's the most high-end?
Yeah. And I got some pictures I posted on social media and stuff like that. If you're watching this, I would have the picture up now. And Converse. A lot of people out there wear Adidas. Adidas is a big deal in a lot of other countries outside the U.S. Even more so, a lot of them started wearing Nikes. But it's your basic stuff. I mean, their shoes are shoe carnival, you know, for us, stuff like that. Nothing that would be like in Foot Locker or anything. Something that you would see in shoe carnival that's a shoe with a check or just a shoe with three stripes.
Like this basic kind of, almost like Team Jordan shoes, almost type dealing.
Correct, and with that concept is that a lot of these big companies make their money from your everyday person. Because a lot of people aren't buying these. You know what I'm saying? They make a certain amount and that's it. But something like a Converse where you make literally millions of pairs, or, you know, a Nike Pegasus or something simple where you make millions of pairs and it's not limited.
Something that you can just buy over and over.
Over and over again that everyone has access to. is something that I usually see in countries that are more undeveloped. And it's crazy because obviously you think that these are the pinnacle where they make most of their money. They make money from it because these are definitely overpriced and more so a limited amount. So there's a hype created behind it. But there's always a market in sneakers. Because if I was to do sneakers, I would probably do a lot of low end stuff because you can sell so much more of it.
Right.
As opposed to a limited amount of high end stuff.
It's like the Adidas shell toe.
Right.
The black and white. You can buy a pallet of that and sell it $20 on top and make your money plus more back.
And there's a simplicity out there of people just needing shoes to wear. It's not like a fashion thing. It just goes, because a lot of them shoes be dirty and dusty. The outfit be clean. The shoes is just what it is. So, it's just crazy. Obviously, traveling, coming from America where, image, shoes and stuff like that is a big deal, to a place where shoes are just shoes. They are used for what they're used for, which is just something on my feet so I can walk and just do whatever.
Yeah, they don't value it as high as...
No, not at all. I mean,
I value mine, but not to the extent of where I wouldn't let them go.
Right. But you value it to the point of where you spend money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had a couple of shoes and they said, how much were those? What? And I always travel in Ultra Boost. That's usually my travel shoe.
You would have loved the Adidas store. I told Tim that. I said, man, True will be losing his mind
with the Ultra Boost
because of the Ultra Boost that's in here.
Yeah, Ultra Boost is one of my main shoes. So but yeah, I mean that just was my experience. I mean it's just very simple, simplistic.
Simplicity always wins. Over extravagant, give me simplicity. I take that any day over anything because that's what gets you looked at. I mean I know a lot of people wear things that's kind of bright and noticeable, but you believe the most simplest outfits or things that you wear gets the most attention sometimes, and it sets an outfit off when it comes down to when you stand in a room and you think in your mind, you're like, man, I'm so basic, but your basic outfit is probably something a lot of those people want to wear. They just wearing this extravagant stuff for other people. They're not wearing it for themselves more than half the time. So it's a different perception when it comes to you trying to perceive to be something that you might be that person or whatever, and some people it might not be, but you have to put on the perception like, hey, I'm looking great, but you'll be surprised the person that's wearing the similar stuff to me always be the cleanest. I mean, because half the stuff I don't really follow or care for, Gucci and all that big label. I'm not a big label person, like having big emblems, let me say. Now I wear my Keith Passion. But when it comes down to high end stuff, even if I buy something high end, I don't want it to be a noticeable high end stuff. I just want it to be real simple, basic, because it's just a piece that I need to complete the outfit. Right. I don't need it to overcompensate what I'm wearing. Right.
So it's interesting you said labels and stuff. We had a list we was gonna talk about, but we'll do that next show. We had so much to talk about. We've been rolling, but we're gonna wrap the show up with this topic because it's a hot topic and it just is what it is. I know a lot of people talk about it. They want to talk about it, they don't. We'll keep it just in the realm of shoes and sneakers because you told me something before we started recording that definitely caught my attention. Yeah. But I'll ask you first: do you own any Yeezys?
I do. I have.
Really? I've never seen you in Yeezys. I had no idea. I thought your answer was going to be no. So you have Kanye West shoes?
I have 4 pair.
4? What 4 you have?
What I have? The V2s, the brown pair. It was like 3 pair that came out, that copper, green, and red pair.
Oh, from way back then you still have some of those?
Yeah, I have one of them. I sold the rest. The other ones, me and Tony, we sold the other ones when we went to Houston.
We went to Houston, right. I remember I sold mine. They ended up re-releasing. It was the black with the core red, they call it. It kind of looks like an infrared. Mm-hmm. I ended up selling for like $45.
Okay. What else I have? I think it's the...
So you had all 3 of those?
Yeah, I sold 2.
What pair you still have?
I kept the copper pair.
Okay, you have the copper. Those haven't been re-released, have they? Maybe?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
What's other pair? It's a 350.
So obviously it's a shoe. It's Yeezys you have that you don't wear often because you can't even remember them.
I can't honestly. Oh, and I have what's the one? The low top. They look like a fly trap.
Oh yeah.
I have those.
You have those? What?
I want
those.
those.
450s.
I won those on the actual Adidas app. When I first got the Adidas app, I hit on that, and I want to say they're 350s. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I got 2 pair of 350s.
Okay.
Oh, it's a 700. It's a low top shoe.
So the 450s is what you have.
I had the 450s.
Okay, you have the 350s.
Let me see the 350s.
You have the 350 copper.
Yeah, and so what's another number? 700. I got 700. It's sad that I really don't know. Okay, no, it's something on the basis of that. Let me see. I have that one.
Okay, so you do have 700s.
Yeah.
The wash orange.
Yeah, that one. I wish I have one more. I thought.
Have you worn any of these?
I won all my Yeezys.
Okay, so you have worn them.
Yeah, I have worn them. I got more wearing out of my V2s or anything because when they first came out, they were comfortable. You know, that was the first comfortable real shoe.
Yeah, those are real comfortable. Definitely real comfortable.
But yeah, those are all 3 I can think about. Yeah, those are all 3 I have. I only have 3. I'm lying. I only have 3, not 4.
Okay. So, and what color 450s? The ones you said look like Venus fly traps?
Oh, it's like that. Like yellow, like this
okay,
color.
like the sulfur.
Like this color.
I think sulfur is the color. Okay, got you. I have like all I have 6 or 7 pair, and they're all 350 V2s.
I wish I could have got like the ones they dropping now back, like they re-releasing like the Pirates. What's the great?
Oh, the Turtle Doves.
Turtle Doves. I wish I would have got those when they first came out. Now, the only ones I probably won't is probably the Pirates, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But that'd be the only probably Yeezys now, or I don't know what they would call them now. The just Adidas Boost, I guess.
So, all right, that's a great question. So, a lot has happened with Kanye to the point that, in the last 48 hours, 24 hours, they've been told they've stopped selling the shoes, and they've even told retailers to pull all the Yeezys that they have.
Yeah.
And I think you said that you've seen this happen live today.
Yeah. I was at a shoe store, and they was actually boxing up. They had boxes of the 700s lined up, putting them in boxes, I guess, to ship out. Not sure where they're shipping them to, but they are definitely taking them off the wall. I know Foot Locker has taken theirs. They're taking theirs off the wall, if they have any, or whatever they have in stock, because there ain't much left in stock when it comes to in-stores. Most people buy them up. But yeah, retail stores are not dealing with it either.
And I was shocked because I thought they just had to pull them. I didn't know they had to actually box them up and ship them away. And you've been at 2 stores where they were, one of them you worked at, the other one you were there shopping, and in both times they were boxing them up to ship them off.
Yeah, they're shipping them off, man. It's crazy. I mean, I know the only store that was really getting them in the mall was probably like a good bit of them was JD Sports.
JD Sports, City Gear.
So I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they're on that same wave too of probably shipping them out. I'm not even sure what they're gonna do with the shoes. Honestly, I would think you just keep them in store and sell them to get rid of them. I would think, but I guess with everything's going on with legal things and stuff like that, and designs, and his name being on them, and they're cutting all ties of everything with him. They really, when they say they cutting him off completely.
So I'm like you. I thought that they just weren't producing and sending anymore. The shoes are already there in stores, so just sell them and they're gone. I was in City Gear Tuesday, and they were on the shelf. Yeezy 350s. And I picked them up, looked at them. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it wasn't a color that I wanted, so I didn't get any, but they were there. So now, if I was to go back to the store, they'll be gone, boxed up. I'm curious to know what they're going to do with those shoes.
I mean, even, from what I've been kind of reading on Twitter, even with his designs that were supposed to come out, I think the Pirates were supposed to come out. They were supposed to do some other earlier designs.
Right.
I want to say they have the what's that? What's the word I'm thinking of? What you call it for the designs?
blueprint or the patent?
The patent for his designs.
I read that too. I saw that too. That they own the patent. So.
I thought for sure his first designs he had his own patent, because when they first started coming out with the Yeezy concept,
yeah,
I thought that was all him. You know, without they was kind of like a real concept of them just getting together. His name,
collaboration. And
working
like 50-50.
But from the prints they have, anything Yeezy name on it, they are involved with it. They can cut him off. As far as the contract, from what I guess what he signed and whatever the dealing was. Yeah, so they can still produce the shoe. They just don't have to. They not gonna put his name on it. So they might just call them Adidas Boosts instead of Yeezys.
So yeah, I thought that they were going to stop completely making and selling.
No, I think they still going on with the continued dates that they were dropping stuff that's supposed to come out. I think they're gonna still continue with it. They're just not gonna call them. I don't know if he had Yeezy anywhere on the shoe.
So yeah, so I texted this to you for this moment. So Bloomberg, and that's when I saw the article came out yesterday, and it says Adidas intends to sell Yeezy designs without the names, which I thought was crazy, because.
So that draws the. I saw somewhere else on Twitter, people was like, well, this is gonna separate people. Are you really buying the shoe because you like the shoe?
Right.
Or are you buying the shoe because of the name, the brand of who it's by? So it's gonna really kind of split some views of people and split some minds really on, do you really actually like the shoe, or did you just buy shoes because they were by Yeezy, by Kanye?
That's gonna be interesting because we really will see that, because it says, and for some reason I guess
then you're gonna have people come, have a conversation like, oh man, them ain't no real Yeezys because they don't have Yeezy, because Yeezy, he's cut off from it now. So so it's gonna have a confrontational battle when it comes to even selling shoes. Are resellers gonna still continue to try to resell this shoe as a Yeezy price shoe? Are they gonna drop the price on the shoe? It's a lot of things that's gonna go into what's gonna come about future with the shoe now.
Right.
With them not continue with calling them Yeezy, so you're just gonna call them Adidas Boost or.
I mean, that's important because the article says
nothing about the shoe is going to change. The only thing that's changing is pretty much just the name. And the name is not on the shoe.
It's just the insole, maybe?
Maybe. That might be it. The print, and that's on the print inside the shoe, and that's pretty much it. Everything else, the outside, you're still going to be having the Boost material. The look of design of the shoe is not going to change. They have patent to all that, so they can keep all that if they want to. Well, they are going to keep all that because that's what's selling.
Right.
But are they going to is it going to take a hit on Adidas? Or are they going to actually be able to sell them without Kanye's name on it? And certain people feel a certain type of way with Kanye right now because of what he said.
Right.
And then you got some that's backing him, not backing him up, but still kind of behind him and forgiving him, which I believe you can forgive if you get certain things. Certain things are unforgivable for what you say, but if you sincerely apologize, let it be what it is, move on, because life will go on regardless. Right. But as far as when it comes to the business side, is it gonna still sell at the same rate that Yeezy sold? As under Kanye's name.
So for me, I feel when I think of Kanye shoes and Yeezy shoes, there's usually two type of people that buy them for an overall main perspective, and that's people that were hardcore Kanye fans, and that's the other ones were because the shoe was really, really comfortable. I feel that the hardcore Kanye fans, it doesn't matter because they're still going to support Kanye, whether it is him or not. Because the shoe, like you say, the shoe won't be him anymore. The article says that starting next year, they're going to sell the shoes, but just not call them Yeezys. They're, like you say, let's say they call them Adidas Boost. Number one, I feel that if you do that, you can't retro any colors because it makes it murky for resellers. All right, so I got both of these Beluga 350s. One is the Yeezy one, and the other one's just the Adidas Boost. I feel like if you're going to do that, right, they both look the same. Like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, nah.
So I feel like if you're going to do that, everything has to be new colors. You have to be able to look at and distinguish, this is an Adidas Boost, and this colorway was from...
That mean they might have to change a little bit of the design on the shoe then.
Yeah, I think they could change it a little bit.
Now you just make it easy for copycats.
Yeah.
Now you got people getting somewhat ripped off or whatever the case may be. on a shoe that was hard to, for one, manufacture.
Right.
If you wanted to manufacture itself, and two, now you got people getting in serious altercations behind something like that. Because now you talk about money transactions between a reseller, a third party, whatever the case may be, and if you want to say it ain't really your business, but it's your business because it's a shoe that you put out.
Yeah.
You know, you're making things easier. Now, I'm not saying that. I mean, get it how you live. Fake it till you make it. That's all your thing. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to just being honest with people, you're not gonna have that honesty out of people when it comes to exchanging money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most people are not educated to know what's what and what to look for and how to differentiate between that shoe and this shoe. It's already hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
You know, but this is going to put, I ain't gonna say a dent, but it's going mess up somewhere. Something's gonna fall off in some shape, form, or fashion with Adidas and this whole Yeezy thing going through, because like you said, you can't take like we said, an Adidas Boost and then a Yeezy in the same colorway and say they're the same shoe, because somebody's gonna argue no, they're not. Right. Based just off the name.
So the shoe is exactly the same. One has an insole that says Yeezy. The other one just says Adidas Boost. You feel like it's a different shoe?
And to me, no, because it's just you just basing off the name. But
as far as the sneaker community,
they gonna make a big deal. I mean, it's just like when people have arguments about who's the greatest player, right? Who's the greatest player? Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Everybody gonna argue 6 rings. 6 rings. You know, and that's the same thing with this Kanye shoe. It's just a regular Adidas, but they both look the same. The only thing that changes is the name. So that's why I say, is it really going to affect them with Yeezy's name not being on it, and it changes from being just a Yeezy shoe to an Adidas Boost, and it's a price difference is going to drop, is going to increase, or Yeezy's going to increase. Actually, they haven't even increased online. They've actually, some of them didn't drop. Yeah. In my mind, I thought they were going to increase. I had somebody, they were going to shoot up immediately. Somebody hit me up about them. I'm like, oh man, it's getting real. Man, I need whatever Yeezy shoe that's coming. Hey, if they got them, man, let me know. I'm like, oh, okay, this is getting serious behind this. Okay, well, I'll let you know if somebody come across it, but I mean, I doubt it. You know, they're taking all this stuff off the wall. you got to catch it. You got to catch it on StockX or the Goat Bar. Right. You know,
because you literally can't buy it in stores anymore.
Right. You know, so I feel like certain people gonna bump heads on that. Just that merit of Yeezy or Adidas Boost. Right. You know, just based off the name. You know, so at the end of the day, I didn't buy that many Yeezys, so it's not really gonna affect me much. Honestly, I mean, the shoe is comfortable. At the end of the day, the shoe is extremely comfortable. It is to the point that even I don't see anybody. I mean, I've known a couple people that have got rid of their shoes because of the association with Kanye. Mm. Me personally, I don't feel that. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going deep behind. It's not that serious for me. Like he said, what he said. Do I agree with it? No. But at the end of the day, do I have a shoe? Yeah, but I don't feel like me wearing the shoe means that I agree with the person and what he does and stuff like that. That does. He's not a representation. My feet are not a representation to agree with what he was saying. Like I enjoy the shoe. He made a nice shoe. I mean, just like the music. And with it being a collaboration with Adidas type thing, I don't look at it. I can see it being different if it was a solo brand and you bought directly from Kanye, as opposed to collaboration with Adidas, and as we're seeing, Kanye doesn't own any of that, and he's not a part of it. So therefore, I think it's easier to distinguish that I can wear the shoes or the clothes and it not be directly associated with him because the brand itself doesn't associate it with him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, like this is early. I mean, obviously this has been 24 to 48 hours of just happening. This recording is within 24 to 48 hours of all this just happening. So this is all pre-predictions. I obviously will be revisiting this as things continue to develop. Very interesting to see though Adidas plan. I'm curious to see what Kanye's plan is. He's a semi crazy person. I hate to say it like that, but he's a genius at the same time. So you never know what's going on in his mind, how his wheels are spinning. Because for me, certain people say he always wanted out. I've heard that a couple of times. I mean, everybody's giving their own spin on this story. Absolutely. It's like the telephone game where you tell one person one thing, and then by the time you get to the other end, it's some totally different story. Right. So I am curious to see where this is going to go how it's gonna play out. Kind of curious to see what Adidas is gonna do. They made some very drastic decisions, like you said, within the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
And other companies too. I mean, dropping.
Foot Locker, a lot of companies.
Athletes have left Donda. Is it
Donda?
Donda?
Whatever.
Donda, a basketball player with Brown from the Celtics. Your boy from the Rams. All person,
Aaron Donald and Jaylen Brown leave Donda, so Donda Sports.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. I didn't. I guess I didn't get that either. Donda Sports. I didn't know what that really was.
Oh yeah, sports agency.
Sports agency. Okay.
Yeah. Master P had one. Lil Wayne has one. I'm not saying it in the sense that I'm saying that everybody has one, but a lot of athletes do have sporting, sporting type of contracts and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's interesting because I know I didn't expect all of this to transpire from it. So, like you said, I'm interested to see what he does, what his plan is, if he has a plan. One thing I will say though, and I wish this would have happened, but it didn't. The latest report, right before we came on the air, like we're live, was that he went to Skechers and Skechers turned him down. I would have loved to see him collab with Skechers because to me, everybody always gives examples back in the day. If this shoe had Yeezy on it, it would sell out. And there'll be crazy looking shoes and shoes that look like something Kanye would have done. I would have loved to see that if he would have done a shoe with Skechers. Because nobody wears Skechers, especially in the sneaker community. You're not wearing Skechers.
Not to cut you off. This guy, he went to sneaker con. He went to a sneaker event and he was asking people, what's your most comfortable? What's your top most comfortable shoe? And the guy actually said Skechers, which it was crazy that I don't know if he just said it for
right,
but he says he was like, yeah, no, bro, I'm Skechers, hands down. A lot of people don't wear them, but they are comfortable.
Yeah, they're commercial. Skechers look comfortable. They're commercial.
Actually, they sell pretty well.
Yeah, it goes back to the concept I was saying about in Israel. It's not a popular shoe amongst sneakerheads, amongst us, but amongst the general population of regular people that buy shoes all day, every day. Mm-hmm. Your moms, your dads, your aunties, your uncles, your grandmothers, when you get older and it's just about comfort. That's what's a popular shoe. And I said this before, sneakerheads and what we do with this and all that, the percentage of people that care about this, less is 3% of people in the U.S., let's just say U.S., like being a sneakerhead and doing this isn't normal. It's a very rare thing.
Yeah,
the percentage of people in the United States that are sneakerheads that care about this stuff is probably 3%. Sneakerhead community is a very small community.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like everybody know everybody almost.
Right. It's not a lot of people that, like, from a realistic standpoint, it's not. Now, it seems big because when you're a sneakerhead, you're in the community, you see it all the time. Mm-hmm. But on a broader spectrum of the world of regular people every day, like, this is a very, very small niche. Very, very small niche, a group of people that's interested in this content, interested in these videos, that's interested in the sneakers and shoes.
So you were saying that if you supposed to get with
Skechers, I'm curious to know if people would actually bought Skechers. Like, is that an influence that strong that people that anything? Like, to me, that's buying anything. If he made Skechers and they sold out, it's really like Kanye's power of influence to me would have been crazy. Because to me, that's buying anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's buying Skechers now. All of a sudden, Kanye puts his name on it and makes some Skechers, and they sell out. It's like, yo, this is.
I mean, that's kind of what the Gap thing. When he did something with Gap and sold out in a matter of minutes, seconds. Yeah. And it was something basic, but hoodie or something like that.
Right.
It was a basic concept clothing. It wasn't nothing to it, and just because his name was incorporated with Gap, it sold.
Right.
And it's crazy as it is. That's, like you said, that's the power and the influence.
Or what it was, anyway.
Yeah, but I think if I had to give a yes or no to what you just said, if proposing that question, I would say it probably would.
I'm not buying no Skechers.
I'm not buying it, but I'm just saying.
But people would get them.
Overall, I think people would have that same effect, just like it did with Gap. It will sell out because they look at it. Oh, it ain't just a Skechers. It's a Skechers concept shoe with Kanye.
Right.
They not thinking about the overall. Saying, "Oh, I buy Skechers." No, I bought this one concept shoe of Skechers.
So the thing that I've heard a lot of people say is that Kanye wanted out so he can do his own thing, and it's kind of like, to me, number one, he could have been done it. Number two, this takes a lot of work.
How sway?
Well, I mean, and I say done it, but
that's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. The sway and
right,
sway,
yeah, no. Because people always try to make excuses, but like,
you got people like him that's doing his own thing.
And he has a lot of shoes. Like,
and a lot. Crazy part is a lot of his concept people are stealing his concepts. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
That's the most crazy part. He speaks on a good bit.
Right.
Of things that he's put out, and go back and you see the same concept of idea of shoe. They just try to switch it up, just to tweak it up a little bit, but they won't keep pretty much everything about it. They just put their spin on it. But yeah, I mean, anybody can do it. You gotta have the right resources. Don't get me wrong, but for you, like you said, for you to say he want, like, if he doing this to step on it, he could have been dead. It ain't nothing.
I think definitely could have been dead.
He ain't like he got the resource nor the money to not do it.
Right.
Anybody would have helped you get where you need to get to. You could have had Yeezys and now you had Adidas attached to it. Correct. And created that same shoe.
Yeah.
So I mean, because of your development team that you had, you could have had your own development team. I think I knew one of the guys. I want to say I knew Brandon that was it for the Claim Your Journey.
Yeah.
I want to say he was on that team, but for the Yeezy concept when he first started.
Everything could have been done to where all literally Kanye had to do was show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you watch the Kanye documentary, I think he went somewhere where there was just a bunch of shoes laid out and he was just picking them. So that's what I'm saying. That's why it's odd to me that people think now that he is trying to do this on his own. I don't think that's the case. I don't think, because this takes a lot of work and time to go into it. People's hope and defense, maybe. It just depends on what you think and what you feel. But it could have been done. I mean, there's people lesser, not to be offensive, but that are doing it themselves. So it's kind of like, why?
I mean, we're looking at proof right there.
Yeah. Doing very well at it. Selling out. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So
and a lot of people, I can put that shit in front of a lot of people, and they probably wouldn't know who he is and just where he's at, where he's from, but would love that shoe and be like, where can I get that shoe?
Right.
And his shoe sells out. It ain't sitting
all the time.
It ain't sitting on no shelves. If it go on the internet, it's selling out. You have to, and then if you wait, you're gonna wait on it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be proud to wait on it for however long it takes. You're gonna sit there and wait, be looking at the mailman. Oh, they did. So because it's worth it, and he puts time and quality into that shoe, and you can tell just by all the details that's put in that. And not just here, they got other designers out there that does the same.
Absolutely, that's what there's plenty.
So it's not that when you have somebody that has the resources and they don't do it. I mean, you shot your own self in the foot. That's how I look at it. That's on your body.
Well, we definitely gonna see what happens. We'll definitely stay updated as we continue to shoot with that situation and stuff like that. But that's definitely all I got, man. You got anything else additional you want to say, Ad?
I ain't got nothing much more to say. Just people don't wear dirty white G-Nights. My best advice I can give you.
I second that. So, man, that's it. It's been The Closet. It's your boy True, Lonnie. Y'all be blessed. Have a good one.
Peace.